you for deciding to look at the complete video. This video will give you a clarity in terms of the course content, prices, and any more suggestions you have, any more clarifications you have, feel free to revert to the team. So sit back, enjoy it, and get the clarity that you so required. So hello, namaste, and this is the plan of action that we are going to talk about. Now, the whole agenda of making a short video is to ensure that me and my team can have a little less busy time, at the same time for you all to see the content and the other things and the whole methodology, right? Now, there are a couple of areas where I would like you to sort of take care, and I know that there is a basic mindset wherein people just want to know the content and then do some Google searches and say, hey, this is available. Hey, there is a book available on this. Hey, this content is very much available for free. Now, believe me, I have gone through that whole process, and I want to warn you that, hey, you will end up losing a lot of your time and you will go helter-skelter, and ultimately you will have to pick up a mentor, guru, whatever status you want to give him or her, and ultimately learn in a proper sort of a method to ensure you are reaching somewhere. Else it will just be a little bit of here, a little bit of there, and you just can't be a YouTube guru, right? You want to be recognized as a serious Jyotishi, then you really need to do some serious stuff. And that is the whole agenda, that is the whole mindset behind the whole process of me designing this particular course and ensuring that I pick up only students who are going to be serious students and want to focus on learning Jyotish at a very high level. So this is going to be a sort of a prelude, sort of a curtain raiser, just to understand what we plan to do. Now, when I started the whole process, I always start with a thought. You know, in Jyotish we call it as nimittas, and the general mindset by which you are going to start the course is very important. At the same time, are there any particular nimittas coming to you? So while I was teaching, a lot of other batches, etc., the thought came to me in terms of the student needs to sort of do a SWOT analysis, sort of understand that, hey, with whatever journey they have gone through, where have I reached? Now, this is the basic question which I want every student to ask themselves. That with whatever you guys are doing, whatever courses you are following or whomever you are following, are you reaching somewhere? You have given your precious time, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Sometimes students give 10 years into learning something, which is absolutely waste of time. Now, if you don't want to lead your precious time, what you are investing is not just the money or the dollars that you end up paying, it is your time. Hence, you want to optimally use your time to ensure that you are going to the right place and the right source. So you need to ask this question that with whatever Jyotish you are doing, have you reached anywhere? If you get an answer yes, please continue with the source. If no, or if you feel that, hey, I want to go to the next level, then definitely you can give this a try. What's the journey like? Sit down and probably in a piece of paper, write down, what your journey has been till now. And more importantly, where do you want to reach? Simon Sinek, the great writer, talks about the whole concept of tell me your why. Don't tell me what you do, tell me why you do. So have you found that why, which in Jyotish term we say your Atmakaraka, your goal, your mission? What do you want to reach? Do you want to learn Jyotish just to make money? Or do you want to learn Jyotish in terms of a fantastic tool to create some good karmas as well? I commonly tell my students, hey, there are very few professions where people pay you and thank you. And if you are a good Jyotishi, if you are a good astrologer, then people will happily pay you and thank you too. So imagine the great karma, which you can earn apart from whatever everything else is a byproduct. When I started my Jyotish journey, I always started with the whole concept that, hey, how much karmas can I get? How many people can I help? And wouldn't that make my Navamsha even stronger if I was to be born, let's say, in my next birth as a human being. So it is a very important thought process, and it always starts with that seed. And that seed of Jyotish is something, if you are a rank beginner, I want to sow inside you. I want you to understand the plan of action. I want you to also have a plan that, hey, in 3 years' time, from A level, where do I want to reach and why do I want to reach? So it's in a way the whole sort of circle of life, or a circle of Jyotish, which we are talking about. And this is where I want you to sort of sit down and just before enrolling for courses or spending your money and time to sort of do a due diligence. And what is the vehicle and what is the GPRS? Now you need to know the destination. The vehicle could be okay, joining the course, but you need to know the destination as well. Are you ready to actually learn Jyotish at this level? Is the urge very strong? Do you feel you have reached that level wherein you're extremely thirsty and you can't wait another day to start with Jyotish? My Gurudev always told me that, hey, knowledge is an ocean, start swimming. So a lot of times students ask me, Kaartik ji, when are we going to learn Jyotish, or how many years does it take? Frankly speaking, I don't know. Probably couple of lifetime, 3 lifetime, 4 lifetime. So it's a journey which is never ending. It's just that either you are at the bank of the river or you are doing deep sea diving. So in 3 years' time, from the banks of the shore, I'm going to ensure that you are able to do deep sea diving. And later on, after 3 years, you are going to be very proud of yourself that, hey, I've reached somewhere. 3 years back, I didn't know what Jyotish is all about. And I thought Jyotish is all about just Saturn, Rahu, Kala Sarpa. Oh, you are having a good time, bad time. Shani is very bad. Oh, Rahu is very bad. And now my perspective is completely different. That, hey, I stay in the US, Rahu is superb for me. Hey, I stay in Dubai, why would Shani be bad for me? So the good and bad, everything is relative. In many charts, Jupiter in the 8th house retrograde, hey, that is a huge curse of Jupiter. And you felt Jupiter is very benefit for you. So these are the small things we are going to learn through the course, and learn it in a very today's time. Those of you who know me, or those of you who have done a little bit of research on me, would know that I sort of like teaching the today's time. For me, knowledge should be palatable and knowledge should be usable. So any knowledge which is not palatable or not usable in current time is, frankly speaking, waste of time. Right? And that's why I feel that, hey, I learned so much for my engineering, did so much of hard work, but frankly speaking, I'm not using any of that knowledge in my day-to-day life. So the Gurukul system, which our rishis had, ancient rishis had, was so strong and superb. Because it used to be horses for courses. Hey, you are good with a certain thing, I'm going to teach you certain thing. Hey, you have good amount of mindset in terms of defeating your enemy. Okay, you have a Kshatriya mindset, I'm going to teach you the ammunitions, how to do dhanura, how to do archery, how to play a gada. Hey, you are a very spiritual soul. Okay, I'm going to teach you Jyotish, I'm going to teach you Karmakand, how to do certain abhisheks. At the same time, help the king in terms of advice, etc. So consultancy skills and Jyotisha skills were all intertwined. So let us go a little bit more deeper into the thought process. And while I was sort of designing the whole course and all, these are the 4 quotes which I found would sort of appeal to you as well. And the first one is, it feels good to be lost in the right direction. So a lot of time, you will see in your Jyotish journey, the more advanced you get, the more confusion you get. Why? Because now you know a little more. The moment you know a little more, you want to know a little more. And that hunger of knowing little more is the beautiful thing called as journey of Jyotish. So it is always nice, but at the same time the whole journey is beautiful because you are lost in the right direction. A lot of my Jyotish students, or almost all of my Jyotish students, don't go through depression problem because after entering Jyotish world, they say that, hey, it is such a beautiful world. I don't even have a distraction. I don't think negatively. I don't think about anything else other than how good the life is and how can I clean up my karma. And that is why Vedic astrology is much higher, because it takes karma into consideration. And you will all learn that over the journey. Life is the journey, not the destination, which is so true. I always tell that, hey, enjoy the journey. If you are not enjoying learning Jyotish and you are constantly stressed or having the typical mentality that, hey, I have paid this much, that means I have to do this much. It's like, having a Netflix subscription and sort of constantly watching it over and over again till your brain fades, thinking that, hey, just because I paid $40 a month, I need to keep watching the content. That's stupid. You are not enjoying it. So even if you watch one series in a month, but if you're enjoying, nice sort of a Saturday, Sunday evening, you're enjoying the whole thing, then that's worth it. Because you have enjoyed and you have got much more worth than somebody else who is constantly hooked onto the TV. Very important. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. This is something which is beautiful. The moment you will understand the whole concept of Charakarakas, you will understand that everything is within you. I always tell my students that, hey, your horoscope is like your own script. We all watch films, right? Somebody is good, somebody is bad, somebody is hero, somebody is a villain. And they are all part of the script. So likewise in our life, there are some people who are good, not so good, bad, ugly. Some people are very good, fantastic. But at the end of the day, that is a script that we have written. And you will understand the higher concept once you understand the Charakaraka concept. That is very, very important. And that is a topic you can not miss, and you have to listen to it again and again to sort of understand what is your life all about. There is no point blaming anybody else, because ultimately it's your own karma. If you are not getting along with your wife, husband, kids, your health is not good, your finances are not good, you need to find out the root. And that is where Jyotish works. We all say that, hey, don't water the flowers, water the root. That's why we take the root mantra or root bija. And we start with that whole process and we go ahead with every year. Share your knowledge is the way to achieve immortality. So once you learn Jyotish, in a way you have to do a sankalp, like I did, 15 years back. That, hey, whatever knowledge I'm going to get, I'm not going to be insecure and not share with others. I'm going to be secure, I'm going to share with others, because until and unless we are going to share the knowledge will die. And that is the problem. In the ancient Indian system, there were so many blockages between the paramparas. Oh, I am the Puri Brahmin. Oh, I am Brahmin from the south. Oh, I am a Bengali astrologer. I am not going to tell my secrets. Hey, that's wrong. And that has cost us a lot. Because a lot of knowledge which certain lineage had is gone with the great masters. So we as Jyotishis collectively have to ensure that we all have to teach. We must take a prana that, hey, I will teach at least 5 students in my lifetime, whenever I am ready and whatever level possible. If I have small kids, I am going to ensure that at least Bala Jyotisha or the basic of astrology, I am going to teach my kids. So tomorrow, they don't ask that, hey, when is Ekadashi, when is Amavasya, they at least know how to see the Panchanga. And don't you feel it is our responsibility? Yes, it is. So that's the reason, if you see in my YouTube channel also, I share a lot of content. Let it be. Let students learn. I don't want to sort of patent it, or I don't want to sort of start a subscription model. That is an area which is my giving to the Jyotish world. Whatever little I know. I'm not saying that I'm some Parashara reborn or a great Rishi reborn, but in my own small way, whatever I can offer, I'm going to offer it. So that is very important what Dalai Lama has said. And if you are not having a motivation to sort of give or teach others, then that is something that you need to work on. I know a lot of you will feel that, hey, I am not yet there, which is fair. That is the reason why I am going to teach you. But at a higher level, you should have that objective that, hey, before my last breath, I want to teach at least 5 students, whatever little I know. So I want that promise from each of you who is going to pick up this course. I want you to promise me that you are going to teach at least 5 students. Don't let the knowledge go waste. Help others as well as teach others. There has to be a dual thing. What is the plan of action? The plan of action is 3 years. Now, I don't want to take Jyotish courses for 1 year and all. I've done it. There is a lot of content available. But now is the time when we need to really up our game. We need to really take the game to the next level, wherein serious students or students who actually want to become consultants, teachers, or want to have an alternative career, those are the people whom I really want to be my students. Subscribe to this whole program and later on find the advantages in terms of their spiritual enlightenment. At the same time, if it helps them monetarily, good itself. So what is going to be the bifurcation? Year 1 is going to be about the yogas and application. So a lot of time people don't know yogas and they feel that, hey, I'm having a Viparit yoga, it's so good. Yes, somebody else will die for you to make money, and sometimes your own son or a child can die and you are going to get the insurance money. Now how do you like that yoga? So Viparit Raj Yoga, as much as you might feel, just because there is a Raj Yoga written, understand it comes with a ton of karma. So this is something which is very important for you all to understand, that we are going to understand the yogas, application, all those things. Year 2 is going to be understanding about the divisional charts, the concepts of Bhachakra, and the divisional chart will be teaching every year, so because it's a huge concept and there will be part and part I'll be teaching. So year 2 is going to be fantastic as well, because for the first time you're going to understand why are there 16 divisional charts, why not 17, why not 18, mapping those divisional charts to the colors of Shri Krishna. Hey, Shri Krishna has got 16 colors. Is there any bifurcation or a link associated with it? We'll know. And the year 3 will all about be the Dashas and system, and basically how to do your consultations, so on and so forth. There'll be few people I'll choose, to work with me, to attend the consultations that I do, just to understand how it is done. So top 5 students I'll be selecting, the ones that who are eager, the ones who are interested, the ones who want to really take up, to the next level, then definitely they all will work with me. Now, the question that might arise with some of you is that, hey Kaartik, I'm a rank beginner, I don't know anything about it, or I need some level of assurance whereby I'm ready for the course. What can I do? Hey, so if you are a rank beginner, then there are some 60 plus webinars, which you will get if you subscribe on time. Then you will be getting this for part of the whole thing, wherein you are able to reach the level where all other students are already there. So this 60 plus webinars are already available, and right away you can immediately start with it. And then my team will be able to enroll you, they will get you into the groups, and before we start the whole action, you are already reached that level where you are now able to understand the language at which I am talking. Sounds good? So we are taken care. So any one of you who is going to say, hey, I'm a rank beginner, mujhe kuch nahi aata, I don't know, then you are taken care. There is a lot of cushioning that is already available to ensure that you are eligible for this batch. And then the general question that am I eligible and all those things, everybody has a Jupiter in their chart. So it is very important for you to sort of increase that Jupiter. The moment you start learning Jyotish, to a large level you are doing that sort of remedy towards that Jupiter. So everybody can learn. Yes, will I make money? Can I become a good teacher? All those things are a different question. Whether you can learn, yes, everybody has a Mercury, everybody has a Jupiter. You can all study. But to what level you will reach is up to you, right? I, as your mentor, will teach you at a certain level, and I'll teach every student the same thing. Some students will pick it up faster. Some people are putting in a lot of effort. So those are the students who will go up. Then there are certain situations in life where, there's a certain tough period, you are busy with certain period, busy at work, 3 months you are a little low, fair enough. So everything is recorded, so there is no problem at all the recordings will be there. So you will not miss anything. In case you can't, sort of come for the live session, fair enough, you can sort of get the recording. Everything will be on the Facebook. I'll tell you the whole process. Now this is the plan of action, so to say. Now again, I'm telling you that I don't want you to sort of do a typical thing where you just sort of Google it and sort of think, okay, this is particular available on so and so's YouTube channel. Hey, this part is available here, that part is available in book. No, it will not help you. The whole purpose of joining a program is that you are part of a journey, rather than learning it in bits and pieces. So we are going to bifurcate the 3 years into Ganesha, Mahadev and Vishnu. So the year 1 will be all about the orientation, understanding your Jyotisha roadmap. The importance of Vishnu and the cleanliness in Jyotish can be seen from the Dasha Avatar. And there are a lot of secrets which we are going to understand here. The Arudas and its application. Now once I reach here, I expect you all to sort of get the background knowledge. Those of you who are new will get an access to those 60 plus classes, so you are able to sort of reach the next level. Aruda applications is very important. Raj Yogas, we are going to understand it at deep level. What do you mean by that? Some of the Dhana Yogas and then Dura Yogas. Lot of time people want to learn all the good things about their horoscope. But I always wanted to know the bad things in my horoscope. See, the good things will anyways happen. It's something like a past life promise, something like a past life blessing. Chalo. But I wanted to know, hey, which are my blockages? Because I wanted to remedy that. So are you from that mindset? Then this particular chapter might be very good for you. We are going to start with the remedies. See, a lot of things will be part of all three. Like remedies, one topic I teach you, then remedies related to that topic will obviously be part of it. But I'll teach you some very, very important remedies on the year 1, especially for Jyotishis. What are you supposed to do? What are you not supposed to do? At what level, do you leave the client and not say thank you very much? What level, you fight for the client? There are many things like that you need to understand. Gemstones for activation of Raj Yoga, obviously. So I'll connect this with the Raj Yoga topic. Rudraksh, I'll map it with remedies. Vargas basically will start with D1, D9, D10. Some of the initial Vargas will start with couple of Prashna, Tithi Pravesh, Muhrata and some secrets Upadesha. See, the whole point is I'm giving you this whole concept, but there are a lot of times when I work with Nimittas. Or sometimes, an important topic comes up, like a world event, etc. Then we might take up that topic, but more or less I'll stick to, what I plan to teach. And if sort of we can't complete on that, then we'll sort of move it to next year and so on and so forth. So every year there will be at least 41 webinars. And then bonus webinars. Now what do you mean by bonus webinars is sometimes, let's say I'm doing something and I want to, it's an immediate nimitta, like I want to do a 15-minute teaching or a 30-minute of teaching. So those things will be part of this course, and that would be an exclusive content which you guys will be a preview to. Like the first bonus content we are doing in end of December, early Jan, which is going to be all about, how do you plan your year. So that would be a very, very interesting content. The other part of year 2 is, and every year we are going to do some, special mantras for some activation. Here too we are going to touch into Vaastu. I know a lot of people are very much interested. Some spiritual yogas, gemstone and ratna yogas. There's certain yogas which are mentioned in Parashara and Jaimini which are specific to gemstone and ratnas. Now a lot of time people do it for Raj yogas, but here sometimes you can sort of suppress the Dura yogas also using gemstones. And that is something that I want to touch upon. Viprit yoga, again, when we talk about Dhana yogas, Viprit yoga also is something which is very important. Various other yogas from Chandra and Surya. We are going to touch upon Ashtaka Vargas. So a very, very interesting topic which many of you might not know. And frankly speaking, whatever is the knowledge on the internet and web is absolutely not correct. Very few knowledge is correct. And a lot of it is all guesswork and wrong interpretation. We are going to get into Shatbala. We are going to understand the application of Achadana Drishti. Everybody knows that Achadana of Jupiter is third from its placement. But how do you apply? We are going to understand that. Punya Chakra again, and reading and analyzing the horoscope of part 1. So now by the end of year 2, you would have already reached a level where, with the previous classes, with these classes, where you have already reached where now, okay, a chart comes in front of you. What are you going to look at it first things? And I'll share some secret tips in terms of mapping a horoscope. How do you, within 5 minutes gauge, what the basic problem is, or where the root problem is, and where do you need to water? The problem lies here. Sometimes, the client who is coming to you say, my problem is this. No, but the problem might be here. So you as astrologer should be able to help them analyze, understand, and interpret the problem. I'm not having a child. But are you even having romantic inclination towards your wife? Are you even mating with her? Are you using the right sort of tithis? So if that is not happening, and then why are you saying that, I'm not having a child? I'm not having a relationship. Did you meet somebody? No, I haven't met somebody since last 6 months. So how are you supposed to have a boyfriend? You are not even ready to go out. You are not ready to socialize. Then with your 7th Lord in the 12th house, you are constantly rejecting all the relationships. So sometimes the problem can be described as something else, but you as a Jyotishi should know that, the problem lies somewhere else. And you need to water that root. So the mantras, gemstone, or the remedies should be related to this and not this. The end result would be that, this would be solved. Are you getting me? So this is the level of Jyotish that we are supposed to do. The third year is going to be extremely high level. You have to be, and I'll give you a little break between the second and the third year, because with every year actually I'll give you a little break, so you are able to sort of digest it, ask the questions before we move to the next year. So we are going to get into the Dasha secrets and some of the conditional Dasha, interpreting of Dasha, Rajasambandha. So this is a year where we are going to, mentor you to become a Raj Jyotishi. You are no longer a normal consultant. You are no longer like a typical $10 Jyotishi, where people come to, I'm going to Sade Sati, I am get Kalsa. The typical astrologers who know only 2 and 3 things, or that also frankly sometimes they don't know. But they always say only 2 and 3 things. Why? Because they have no knowledge. So now that you become a Raj Jyotishi, you are playing the game at a different level. You are not just playing at the club level. Now you have reached the level of Novak Djokovic. You are playing at a very, very different level. You are okay with all the surfaces. You can win a Grand Slam on clay. You are okay with green grass. Hey, you can win the Australian Open. You are okay with US Open. Why? Because with the years of training, you know how to adjust and give results. Sounds interesting. So for the first time, we are going to understand how to use a dasha. Okay, Vimshottari dasha is in front of you, but with 7th Lord in Lagna, hey, will Vimshottari dasha work? It won't. So there are a lot of conditional dashas. At the same time, Vimshottari dasha also works. But when do we look at Vimshottari dasha? When do we look at the conditional dasha? All those little secrets are very important. Special ascendants, we are going to ascend. Special dashas, very, very important. Few of simple dashas. I've already taught Naisargika dasha and students have gone gaga over it that, hey, how beautiful it works. But there are some other simple dashas, which also we are going to study. Longevity. So at the end of it, we are going to talk about death. You need to know that, hey, how to fight a death or sometimes when to let go. Every time it is not wise to fight death. Sometimes you need to let go and you need to make your client stronger in terms of accepting the death, because fighting death wouldn't be good. In some cases, yes, the Ichha Shakti is strong, the longevity is there, it is just a bad phase where you can say that, hey, I'm going to fight death. So as a Jyotishi, you need to make that call. And you can only make that call if you know what to see and where to see. We are going to touch upon transits. And again, the second part, how to consult remedy. Assignments are something which are going to be part of all 3 years. We are going to have special mantras for every year. We are going to have special sadhanas for every year. And at the end of 3 years, I'm going to pick up few students and do some further studies and deeper understanding, depending on how keen you are to join those things. So roughly you got the idea. If you need some more help, feel free to WhatsApp or message the team. So what is the approach? We'll have the members will all be on a Telegram group, so there can be discussions. I wouldn't encourage like constant 24/7 discussions, but some important announcements, few discussions after the class. We want to discuss assignments, etc. So we'll have a Telegram group which will be dedicated only for the members. All the lectures and programs will be recorded, and there will be Facebook group for all 3 years. So everything that is, let's say if you can't join, then you can definitely go to the Facebook group and you will be able to sort of go through the whole class like what you are going through now. This is a recorded class and you are able to sort of go through it. So it's going to be same things. You are able to ask the question in the comment section. I'll be answering those questions. At the same time, there will be Telegram group as well. Assignments will be done at the end of every class, and I would encourage you all to do the assignments. So see, it is very important for you to know what you don't know, so that you can work on it. I don't like students who are under illusion and don't ask questions, and that will not help you. There's no shame in saying that I don't know. But being in that illusion that I know, and then finally while you are in that driving seat knowing that, hey, I don't know, is going to cause an accident. And I always say ignorance is not bliss. Right? So don't be ignorant. Feel free to ask questions. No question is stupid. No question is silly. Feel free. After every topic there will be a Q&A session. So after, let's say, one topic we have completed, or once a month, every 5th session will be a Q&A session just to do a background check in terms of whether you understood the topic, whether there are any lacunas, whether you sort of didn't understand it, all those things. And then the bonus class is going to start very soon. As I said that, once you join earlier, you will be able to join the bonus classes, plus you will get the 60 classes of content as well. Now, the admission is very, very simple, and I have kept the pricing very reasonable. considering that this is something which I enjoy. I love teaching and I want to make it as reasonable. At the same time, I don't want to keep it free, because then students misuse it and don't respect the knowledge. So there is a 3-year program which is going to be an early bird price of USD 1299. So for approximately 1200, you're getting it for 3 years, which is very, very good. Plus, and then this particular offer will go up, once you cross Jan 20, the same price will become 1499. So early bird price is going to be 1299. So once you miss that deadline, you'll have to pay around $1,500. Somebody might think that, okay, I want to go for a yearly subscription. You can go for that. It is $599, till Jan 15th, and post that it will be $699. But this would be something that I would sort of recommend. At the same time, once you are paid, you are done for 3 years, and then you can focus on just Jyotish. So I will be starting around Jan 15th, the full sort of proper course, but at the same time, my bonus classes will already started. At the same time, everything will be recorded, everything will be part of the whole session, so everything will be there on the Facebook group. You are not missing anything. The only thing is that if you are going to join early, you are getting those 60 plus classes free of cost. After that, maybe you will have to pay additional $299 or $499, which my team will be able to tell you. You can sort of get in touch with them on various links. There are various chat options. You want to sort of email. Different options are there, and the links are mentioned already. So if you have any problem, if you have any confusion, if you need some more clarity, feel free to WhatsApp or Telegram our help desk. It's the same number. Ensure that you add that code plus, so you are able to send the message. Any questions, feel free. It is very important for you to sort of be sure about what you're joining, and join only if you are sort of, a student with a lot of hunger. You really want to learn Jyotish at a very different level. So I wanted to keep it very crisp, and I hope you liked the whole thing. As I again mentioned, if you want to email, you want to WhatsApp, all the messages are there. Thank you so much. Namaste. Take care.